What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue. What I'm going to be doing today is showing you how I cook my Thanksgiving turkey. I cook turkey a bunch of different ways, but when it comes to Thanksgiving, where presentation and stuff like that comes into play, this is my go-to method. What we're going to be doing today is using the high temperature method, cooking this turkey. What we're going to do is we're going to be cooking at 450 degrees, not the 325 or 350 that a lot of people are cooking at. The advantages to this are a couple main advantages. One, you're going to cook it faster. Two, you're cooking it so fast that you're not going to be able to cook the moisture out of this. So you're going to end up with an extremely moist turkey. One of the things to kind of keep in mind when you're doing this is you're not going to want to be using a big turkey. When I read this in 2007, is kind of when I came up with this method. It was talking about turkeys 14.5 pounds or smaller. This happens to be a 16-pound turkey, and I've done them that big, so we should be fine on that. You're not going to want to use stuffing in this turkey, like a cornbread stuffing or anything like that, but we're going to stuff it. We're going to stuff it with oranges, celery, carrots, onions, and garlic. So that's going to be our stuffing, as well as, some sage and rosemary. As far as the outside of the turkey goes, we're just going to rub it down with an herb blend. This is going to be sage, rosemary, thyme. We're not going to go with any salt, but you can. Light coating of salt would be okay on this, but I think we're fine with the Tony Chachere's injection we're going to inject it with. You're not going to want to use any fancy darker colored rubs or seasonings or anything like that, because you're going to end up burning that seasoning up. Trust me, I've made that mistake. Learn from me. You're not going to want to go with paprikas or anything that's dark like that. Anyway, what I'm going to rub the bird down with to begin with is going to be some stir-fry oil, and then we're going to just kind of season up the outside. I'm going to try to keep this short from here on because I know you're probably watching some other Thanksgiving turkey videos, so let's get in and finish this up. First step is going to be to go ahead and get our injection in here. We're going to be using about half of the bottle. You can use more. I don't really think there's much of a need to go with more than a half, but what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of hit along this breast. So that's one side. We're going to kind of come along these thighs. If you'd like, you can come into these wings. I typically don't do this myself because this is what I end up feeding my dogs, but let's just go ahead and hit some of that. I'm going to go ahead and finish injecting this up, and when I'm done, we'll get to rubbing this turkey down. I mentioned that we were going to rub it down next, but you know what? Really what I do next is we're going to go ahead and stuff it. So stuff it with whatever you want to stuff your turkey with. I'm going to have some left over. And one thing that stuffing it does is it will help it cook a little bit more even. Another thing that I did mention earlier is when you're cooking this turkey, you're going to want it to be as close to room temperature as possible. You're not going to want to have a cool bird and then throw it in a 450 degree oven. Now that we have the turkey stuff, what we're going to want to do is kind of wipe off some of that injection that leaked out. And the reason for that is that injection might burn. I don't know if it will or won't, but it looks like it could. So we're going to go ahead and wipe this off. And now we're going to come over it with some of this stir-fry oil. We're going to rub this in. Now that we have that rubbed in, we're going to come over it with our herbs. Now, a nice Italian herb would be good with this. This happens to be some stuff called herb de Provence. Now here's what our turkey's looking like. We have it all seasoned up. We're going to go ahead and throw it in the oven at 450 degrees till we get to about 172 degrees. And we're going to check it in a couple spots on this just to take a look at it. It should take about an hour and a half, but we're going to check in on this turkey in about 45 minutes to see how it's coming along. If it's cooking too fast and it's starting to get too dark, we're going to lower the temperature to 400. Okay, so this is a no-no. I did just go ahead and take this out of the oven just to kind of show you what it looks like. We're 45 minutes in at 450 degrees. I don't see any reason to turn the temperature down on this. We're looking good. Anyway, one thing I didn't mention is when you're cooking this, what I like to do is cook on a raised rack. I don't like putting it in a roasting pan or anything that's going to kind of have the bottom steam more than cook. Anyway, I'm going to throw this back in. We're still at 450 degrees and we'll check back in 45 minutes. An hour and a half in on this, and I just wanted to probe it one time just to get kind of an idea where we're at. We're at 137 degrees. As far as the look on the turkey goes, and let me pull this out a little bit. The color's looking fine. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to 430 degrees and then just take it till we get to, let's say 172, 174. We're at about 170 here. I'm at 173 in another area and 169 in another area, so we should be good to go. What I'm going to do is just shut this oven, let it just, or I'm going to turn the oven off, let it sit for about 10 minutes and then bring it out and let it rest and cut into it. Looking like right out of the oven. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple slices out right now. This turkey is a done deal. It took about 2 hours to cook, to get it up to that temperature we're looking for. I'm going to go in and just kind of take a slice out of the breast and see what we're looking at. You can already tell that skin is crunchy, or crispy should I say. So I just wanted to bring you guys in just so you can see how juicy this turkey is. I'm not sure if this camera is going to do it any justice, but I'm going to go ahead and slice off a piece here. I don't know if you can see the moisture on that. Go ahead and set this down. Now we have this piece of skin right here. I'm going to go ahead and eat that off camera. That is crispy. You know what? Let me back this up, do a taste test, and I am out. This is excellent. This turkey is a done deal. I've already tasted some of this. Taste test is just a formality. That Tony Chachere's definitely comes through. The skin, absolutely crispy. You don't have to worry about any of that soggy skin with this. Moist. Give this a try. If you haven't cooked a turkey in that 420, 450 range, give it a shot. I guarantee you will like it. Like I said, some of the tips, maybe start off, this was 16 pounds. Start off, 16 pounds and below. Have it on a raised surface. Cook it when it's at room temperature, or start cooking it at room temperature. Anyway, this is an excellent turkey. Try it out. I'm going to put some more tips down in the description. Just things I may have forgot about in this video, but I do appreciate you stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.